Exactly.
And that's what I feel like is missing within a lot of AAA titles now. It's about like making a deadline and you putting shit out there for mass consumption. And and I'm not gonna downplay like certain companies because like yeah, Cyberpunk was trash, but The Witcher 3 was great.
And that's a game I haven't played, but I get told so many times to just play it. And when you say like Final Fantasy VII and like The Legend of Dragoon has so much like a good storytelling versus what you just said, like the new Call of Duty, it's just like they're throwing shit together just to put you in the sandbox and make you play through the missions. Like there is no like you could say like the no Russians thing ruined the rest of their games because they really had one moment that defined the game that made you compelled to watch the rest of it, and then you find out it's not. The rest of the games aren't that good. It's kind of like the Far Cry bull. Like they say he's such a good villain, and now they're trying to focus so badly on their villains. I just gotta tell you now. I'm streaming on YouTube, so I gotta put the intro to my videos. The Incredible WJG, shit, WJZ. I'm back. Streaming New Game Plus You, Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC. I'm also on Clubhouse. I'm talking to somebody about whether or not we should be really buying Final Fantasy VII Remake more than once. We're just talking about games, uh, buying multiple copies and stuff, or what makes a game good enough to buy again. So, yeah, like I would definitely like Legend Dragoon is definitely a game that I bought twice because I have it the digital copy on my PlayStation 4. So it's just like, and I guess in a way, like back then, if it wasn't at GameStop, like if I couldn't haggle the game, I doubt there was many games that I bought full price, and that still follows me today. Like I'll try to find like a sale for something before I buy it outright. But there's particular games that I do buy outright, and Final Fantasy is one of those games. And Square Enix as a publisher, if it wasn't for Marvel Avengers, I would say they're making a pretty good lineup of games this past couple years. Um,
Because what they did with the Hitman series, they really like revitalized
mm-hmm.
and it put a different spin on it. I'm trying to think, like the last game I bought outright at full price was probably
The Outer Lands.
Yes. Yeah. Concentrate. That was the game that I actually bought outright.
Mm-hmm.
The game I just thoroughly enjoyed. But again, I thoroughly enjoyed nothing to it.
Yeah.
Just for content. So that was one of those games where I was just gonna enjoy the part. And I played it, I enjoyed it. A lot of people have the same thing, like really good campaign, just too short.
Mm-hmm.
But it made improvements at the end of the day. And it's one of those games where I still return. It's fun.
Right.
It's still fun. I played it with all the characters. You okay? What's wrong with these DLC? I can power run.
And I think that's like a strong thing about a game. If you can turn around, play it again and play it again and play it again and play it again and play it again. Like the replay value of a game is a lot. Final Fantasy VII didn't really give me a complete replay, but it's just like coming from the PS4 to the PS5, now I'm on the computer. It's all a different experience because I'm just noticing different graphical improvements, and like that's good enough for me for this type of game. But like, you know, like I will play Mass Effect over and over again. I would play like Skyrim and stuff over and over again. And there were certain games where, like, I know I got Dragon Age Inquisitions, and I realized I couldn't romance the black woman, and it was just like, I'm not playing this no more. So it's like it's certain things like when these games are built to make you play them again, it's no point in restricting you from enjoying it. Like you can play Final Fantasy as many times as you want, and there's so many different ways that you can just decide I'm gonna play it this way this time, I'm gonna play it that way this time. But when they start trying to restrict you, that takes away from that enjoyment. Like it's okay to like build challenges into the game with like certain levels, but it should just be like something somebody decides they're gonna do. Like I'm not gonna use items on this run. I'm not gonna do stuff on this run. And it when you leave people to their creative devices, it causes more content to be created versus, oh, this is very hard mode and you can't use items and you can't use this and everything's going to kill you in 2 shots. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Because it's crazy. Thank you. I have a real problem with like just jumbling my words and stuttering. So like most of the times I'll cut all that out in post. But like when I get on live, it's just like it's raw. You're just gonna get all the ums and the but mm-hmm.
Sure you could.
There with, that's still alive as well. Yeah, at the time, like, we did the whole writer now at the time. Just now. Yeah. But I can still respect the craft nonetheless. It really goes on the time. So that's me. I thoroughly love listening to people do their streams and their broadcasts and everything.
Thanks, man. Like I'm working on all of it. I'm learning how to like use OBS now because I had like 2 previous streams when I was playing Mass Effect, and I like my stream series right now is like Ng+U, and it's pretty much me replaying a game I've already played. But I've never played Mass Effect 1 because I never owned an Xbox. So like when I recorded, like I streamed them, but I lost all the footage because like the first time I had it, I didn't have it so that my backsplash had disappeared. So my backsplash was covering the whole screen. You could hear me playing it, but you couldn't see me playing it. So I deleted that one, and then my second one, I don't know what the hell happened. It was recording when I was like testing the microphone and shit, and then didn't record anything that I actually saw it recording. So, I just took a week off. I just went and just chilled, played, and then I came back to play this because it came out today. I was like, this is a good day to come back and play Final Fantasy. But like I started with like a podcast. I did about 8 episodes of that, and then I moved on to starting YouTube videos, starting streaming now. And even with like Clubhouse, like I seen like Ashley have one of her rooms where she had her podcast simultaneously going on with her Clubhouse, and I was like, yo, that would really give me like not just talking to my fucking self. So yeah, it's good to like actually bring more people in because like like it's nobody. I'm tired of typing, if that makes sense to you. Like I've been typing since like AOL and all that shit, and going on Reddit and stuff and typing and typing and typing. I just want to be able to play the game and talk like people were in the room with me while I was doing this.
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece. But the plan is what matters, right? I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8?
That'd be just down there. All right, then. Lead the way. You got it.
Watch out for live wires. They're everywhere.
Ugh. The air in here reeks. Can't wait to get out in the open. Damn, what is that? I've never smelled anything so foul. Oh, it's me. Gotta do something about that. Soon.
I felt that one in my guts.
You just keep on coming. We need to get out of this place.
Is it the Mako density? The primary explosive? The blasting agent?
Hey, we can figure that out later.
Ugh. I'm running on empty here.
You can refuel at the base.
Next time I'll have to bring a little pick-me-up.
How much farther do we have to go?
Not far. That's
It's
about
there.
as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
It's just like I guess it's like finally seeing the Matrix, and you can just stop bullets and just dip through everything.
Hell yeah, man.
He's good to go. Fire in the hole!
It's real. And I think the best advice that I always give you all is how
Control those doors.
Let that be a lesson for anything that gets in my way.
it's not afraid to try new shit.
Mhm.
All citizens. Attention all citizens. This is an alert from the Simla Emergency Operations Center. Unidentified intruders have detonated a bomb inside Mako Reactor 1.
And now, just
Multiple
like you,
explosions have been confirmed, as well as ongoing fire.
like we are going to
In response, a disaster warning has been issued in sectors 1
right now.
and 8.
Right, that's the same place I'm at.
High risk of collapse,
Yeah, but now it's just like
rendering the
you
entire
have to
sector hazardous.
YouTube live stream, Twitch, love
No. No
and
way.
all these different things. And to me,
This couldn't have
I
been
have
us.
more ideas
Could
that
it?
are going to,
But what if it was?
yeah,
What's done is done.
and it's just like,
Merc's right.
I just gotta make space for it all.
It ain't
Because
pretty, but we can't
like,
stop
the
now.
people that listen
This was
now,
just the
like,
first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
it's all in the
Yeah.
work.
We always knew this was gonna get
Exactly. And
And this?
like my podcast was really about equating like how art imitates life. And so like I remember I did like a episode for Breonna Taylor, and I was talking about like how the cops that came to our house are equivalent to like the two bulls from like The Wire. I forget their names, but you know, like the two goofball bulls who got like, and the one of them got promoted because he was like a snitch for inside, like an inside snitch. And like I'm like, these are those type of people. Like even though like you see this shit in media, like these people really exist in real life.
What's our next move?
So like that was like the way my podcast was. But
Get our asses home.
when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, I found myself constantly on Reddit, like arguing with people or discussing with people how this story is going to play out. So it got to the point where I kept saying to myself, like, if I don't make a video with my theory, and then my theory is right, I'm going to be beating my head against the wall for not making myself known before like somebody could say like you never really said anything, like we couldn't understand what you were typing. But like if you put in a video and you get your thoughts together, like that's exactly what it means. So
I don't need to tell you what this is, right?
Of course not.
I
It's healing material.
You can have it for saving my life.
Just doing my job. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fact is, I'm lucky you were there.
more so than ever, and I don't want to come home.
Survival can be a matter of luck
But it
or
also
skill.
in everything.
You can't rely
Like,
on luck.
I like some rawness to it.
Words to live by.
Like, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Like,
thanks.
like how you're
You do know how to use it, right?
You do know what I was, right?
when it comes to like pre-recorded and scripted and everything else. It's
Okay, I was only trying
all right.
to...
So like most of the times, like I like
For being so brave.
scripting my stuff. Like I'll throw
See you on the train.
stuff in there that's like genuine ad libs or like improvised shit, but like I'll find most of the time, like just like now, like that pause, like that's what happens when I just shoot off the hip. And if I end up just writing it down, I get my point a lot better. That it's like it goes from like an hour-long video down to like 15 minutes. like it's crazy.
like for me, I write down bullet points. That's what it is.
Mhm.
I will script out my intro, my outro. That those are hard that things that
Station's intact.
I want to make sure that the listener knows when I'm referencing somewhere.
Mhm.
But when it comes to certain conversational things or topics, I will make a lot of bullet points to be like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Like a thing that I learned in radio, and I'm so used to it. I tried scripting out my whole show before, and I just
Yeah, that don't work.
yeah, I couldn't do it. But yeah,
I can't get jiggy to this.
yeah, it's a art that I'm always like improving in, and I've done this shit for a long time. And I've worked with companies, and that's not even on the complexity shit. But it's just like I've learned quite a bit, and I'm still like learning.
He could
And you'll
have.
always learn
But then,
stuff.
And like, you right, and it's just like even like right now I'm playing the game, and there's like a scene coming up like with Sephiroth, and he's like telling Cloud to like run away, and it might seem minuscule, but like after that scene ends, when you go into the alleyway, there's like this graffiti of this little dog, and it's pointing in the direction that you have to go, which is the opposite direction pretty much where Sephiroth was telling you to go. And if it wasn't for me like going through the game and realizing that's what that graffiti means, it's those type of things like they might seem like some type of meta joke, or like it was never really intended to work out that way. But I like those little details like in games that like you could just go back and be like, oh shit, because it just lets you, you know, like we be in the other rooms and stuff, and we're talking about like Avengers versus Justice League, and you like somebody's like, oh, I need specifics, and you like, well, what about when Stamp was in the fucking hallway? It's just like that kind of shit like that makes these games good. That
dead.
it's theatrical.
Yeah.
Killed you with my own. Oh,
And,
you need
and I
to
agree with
remind
you.
me.
Definitely there in those
It was the crowning moment of our time together.
I love a good
That
meta
was
joke
then, and
in
this
a
is
video
now.
game.
I have a favor to ask.
That shit just
Our
didn't
beloved
feel
planet
like
is
whether
dying.
it's
Slowly,
special dialogue
silently.
or secret unlockable.
Can
Like
we bear
I
to see the planet suffer?
Yeah,
like it.
I don't think games do that enough anymore.
No, they don't. They don't. That's why, like, to link back to my earlier thought, it's just like why I like
So many things will be lost.
so much because it's nothing but that.
So
Yeah,
bright. The sound
Because
of
it
voice
follows
pleading
the
against
timeline
despair.
of the games
A
from
shiver
Wasteland
of
1 to 3.
flesh.
Like, it's all interlocked into one big continuous story.
uh-huh.
Everything makes reference to everything in a way. And I like that in the
That
game.
which binds us together would be no more,
Engage
and I would be
bad
loath
guys.
to live
Uh-huh.
in such a world.
Like, you can listen
Which is
to their
why I must
conversations
ask you
of when they're talking.
this one favor.
And it's not even like, no,
It's a
let's
simple
super
thing.
soldier, like, we gotta control this area kind of thing. It's just
Run
like,
away.
they would be
You have to
like a
leave.
fucking dog.
You
And those,
have to live.
like, regular dog interaction. Like, you're whatever the case is. And then, like, you shoot the dog, and it's like, oh, man, I'm fucking dog.
Good.
They shit like
Very
that.
good.
And
Hold on to
I
that
love those
hatred.
details so much because it makes the game really more immersive. So it's just like if I know, like I do something specific to the surrounding, it's going to affect how I play the next area.
Right.
Seeing things.
Or like if I
Seems to
know
know the
like
Mako, maybe.
I killed the fucking leader of the gang,
You got this.
all the other kind of subordinates are kind of fucking cowards. Or if I kill one of the people's best friends, which I have done, you know I did it, but I done it because they all look like gang members. They all look part of the same group. But like one of the characters will be like, "You shot my best friend, or you shot my brother," and they'll fight harder.
Should have taken the side streets.
Do that shit, and I love those
Expressway.
things. So I definitely agree.
You are advised to vacate the area immediately. The explosions at the reactor have caused
Mm-hmm.
numerous ongoing fires.
Like they have good conversations between the characters in this drawing. Like when we were just fighting the Scorpion Sentinel, he's like, "Yeah, use thunder magic," and like you don't use it immediately, but you're playing with the other guy, Barrett. He'll be like, "I told you to use magic." And he was like, "I thought you was full of shit," and it's so it's like that. That makes me not do it every time I replay the game. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the type of shit I like. That's the type of shit I love. Just to hear them say those little things.
Don't let the intruder escape.
Security's everywhere.
And they had those moments
The fire won't spread this far, will it?
everything else, all the other flaws, game-breaking flaws, overshadow those aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And because it overshadowed those aspects, it flourished.
Well, that's why like Fallout was such a good game, because like you could skip stuff, like you could skip ahead and then start a mission, and then you're pretty much already done it. Like, oh well, you've already done it already. Look at you. And it was like that kind of stuff. Like I remember in Fallout 3, it's the one guy that has Crimson and Clover, like the two chicks he has, and like you can get one of them to follow you. But it's just like if you just go in there and just walk around, they'll eventually do something. Like they didn't want to completely imply that he was just fucking the shit out of both of them, but you know, like they'll just go get in the bed and lay down and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, they're all getting in, like they're getting in. So it's like, yeah, like stuff that just goes on through like, and even with New Vegas, the only thing I didn't like about New Vegas was like the ending, like fighting the Spartans, and I'm like, why are there Spartan people here? But like Vegas was good for the character interactions. Like I love Boone, and like he's like the last thing you'll never see. But it was like his character would just blow the head off at any like the Spartan people he would see. So like you couldn't take him to certain places because like if you were trying to broker peace, if you brought him with you, headshots is just yeah, and then you're just fighting people. Like that's why I was pissed off about the whole thing with Mass Effect, because I was at a mission I was going to get Liara's mom, and it was a certain room I wasn't supposed to go into, but as soon as I went in there, everybody was hostile. So I'm like, I'm not going to kill these people. I'm trying to save them from the Rachni. And I start the whole thing over, but then I go through all the shit. They turned against me anyway. So like I literally like paused the game and I was just like, bro, I spared these people. I just spared them. I was like, how fucking dare y'all? How fucking dare y'all do this to me? Like I was really hurt. But it's like, yo, man, like when games have like that type of in-depth shit that they can do to you, with those type of moments, like you walk through the wrong door and you turn people hostile, and you're wondering like, what did I do that made this happen?
What are they? And honestly, some of the choices that I made in Mass Effect, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why they turned hostile. Like I know I fucked up. That's my bad. Like next step, you turned on me when it came to Genophage. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Genophage. Like I totally fucking sterilized the whole thing.
It wasn't on purpose. Yes. Right. You fixed it. And like that's the I guess like the only thing in this game that you can pretty much go back and keep doing is like getting Cloud different dresses. But I think that's the one thing like the original had, that you could get different girls selected, or you could get Cloud selected if you just had the best shit on. But just the fact that he's always going to get picked took away from it. But I'm sorry, now I'm like actually fighting people. I'm getting kind of, I can't multitask.
Nothing to it.
But like, yeah, this one did lose some of the options to replay and do something different. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, alright, it's still good enough to keep playing. But after a while, it gets boring. But Massive...
Let's do this.
I think the only one that really moved me that much was Guardians of the Galaxy. And I feel like it was just funny. Like, I really like the lipless scene when they start singing at the bar and he's like, Space Fighters! That was classic gold. And like a lot of that, like, it was like a love you letter to Final Fantasy fans, in my opinion, because they used a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy story beats that kind of paralleled a lot of the story beats going on in Final Fantasy VII. But I started it. A lot of the problems, like I don't play a game again, is because I want to stream it. So the next time I play it, I'll be streaming it. But I think that game Mass Effect's better than Mass Effect. Just the fact that you can like use the spaceship and shit, and just drive, like your characters that work with you are a lot more balanced to actually work together. Like on Mass Effect, I take Tally everywhere, and I just take one other person. Mm-hmm. Like, right. He was made out of paper mache though. Like, he would definitely die.
Brace yourself.
Mm-hmm. The Asian chick? You mean from the second one, the Asian chick? Oh yeah, Thing. Heavy. He was like, I will work with you, Shepard. And he just had that frog ass voice. They had such good voice acting in there. Like, I don't even play with the male Shepherd because the female voice actor, she's actually like one of my favorites voice actors, just hands down. So I always play with the female Shepherd, and like I definitely always take Rex because like I feel like he just is the bouncer at the door, like you're not on the list. And you have to take Tally because if you don't take Tally, you can't open anything up. And Garrus is just good for conversation because Garrus is just that guy. But right, he's just that cynical and just has the best one-liners.
Don't underestimate him.
Here we go. Sorry. That it?
And that just changes the entire effect of the game because you're weak as shit if you don't have any equipment. Yeah, I have it. Like, I definitely went and bought it because, they modded the game to let the female Shepherd romance all the girls. So I'm literally going through the game trying to make my Shepherd bang every girl possible in the game. And I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can do that one sex scene with Jack. That's like the renegade sex scene. Because I know I can then get her in a sex scene, then sex scene somebody else. But I don't want her to die at the end. So I just wonder if if there's a mod that's going to let me do that anyway. But yeah, like Mass Effect, great for that. Like I didn't want to buy it again because of like if I had to play it standard, I wouldn't have bought it again. But because of the mods, it made me buy it. Because like I said, like if I gotta play it, I'll rather play Guardians of the Galaxy to get that space kick. Because they just do it better.
Yeah, like I have certain games
You need a light. All right. See ya. That's that.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready. You're done. Gotta keep going.
I love the aspect of related copy, discovering this niche.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's fun to me. It's fun. Like I love that related. I have like made racing extinct. You know, there's not all of the things. You know, gold. Like I want this cash money. I had credit. You know, I could buy a universe if I truly want. But I just like that stuff.
End of the line.
It's
Yeah, that's why Grand Theft Auto isn't going to make a new sequel yet. Because Grand Theft Auto Online is just letting people live their best lives right now.
No holding back. It's over.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff I would love to do. Like, I want to really play with the, like, as Iron Man. But then there's just crazy shit in the game altogether. Like, they had the Batmobile.
Get ready. Calling fire. Get ready. Try me. Going in.
Mm-hmm. Like, GTA is like the game they tried to sell you, like in like the Steven Spielberg thing, like Ready Player One or some shit, or even it's another movie where the people was playing a game. I can't think of what it was, but pretty much like when you would put the VR headset on and you just go into a world and you're somebody else, like that's what GTA is pretty much become.
Guess Cloud won't be joining us after
Like
all.
GTA Online.
No need to assume the worst. I'm sure he's fine. You saw him in action, didn't you? Guy's a soldier. Goddamn one-man army.
You think he's a keeper?
You had me worried for a minute. What the hell?
Alright, once again, let me get a moment
Giving public security the runaround.
because I'm gonna take a quick break from streaming, guys. I don't even know if there's anybody in the stream, but I'm the incredible WJZ. Like, subscribe, hit my notification bell so you get all the notifications whenever I go up or go live, put up new videos. Right now I'm in Clubhouse talking about whether or not Final Fantasy VII justifies buying the game multiple times on multiple platforms. We've come from PS4 to PS5 to now to the PC. So check out my video, like and share it. You can always catch me on Clubhouse
A
too.
new Shinra weapon, maybe?
Incredible WJZ.
More like a panic
At INKGOLD4ERA on Twitter, YouTube, and pretty much this. So I'll holler at you guys. I'm gonna cut the stream.